I know this video was meant to go up on Friday, but this week was a really crazy week, and then I also had an idea of how I wanted to do this video, and I wasn't able to do exactly what I wanted to, so it kind of killed my zeal to record or to film. But this morning I woke up with so much energy, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to film this video and I'm going to put it out because I actually love creating content for you guys so much. This video is probably going to be a long one, but if you stick around until the end, I promise you're going to learn so much, because I'm going to be sharing my YouTube journey, all the things that I have learned to make your journey easier as you try to begin creating content on YouTube. The first thing we want to talk about is why you want to start YouTube, because that is what is going to guide the kind of content that you're going to be creating and putting out. So when I wanted to start YouTube, I did so because I have always been a huge YouTube junkie. I love to watch YouTube videos, but I was tilting towards the lifestyle section of YouTube. I know many people don't use YouTube in this way. They just come on YouTube and just search for like how to do your makeup or how to tie gele or how to do this, like how to videos and DIYs. But I really enjoyed coming on YouTube and watching people live their lives. So I had all these content creators in the US that I was, watching, and every time I watched these lifestyle videos, their lives would seep into these videos. So you might see a girl living with her boyfriend, or you might see them talking about all the things they are doing to spice up their relationship, which basically is premarital sex. And these were things that I did not believe in because of my faith and because of the things that God had already convinced me of about the way He wants me to live in this world. And so it was a bit difficult, because if you are a Christian, you know that one of the most basic instructions that scripture gives us is that we are to guard our minds and our hearts with all diligence. You have to be careful the things that are coming into your heart, because those are the things that are going to come out. If you're someone like me, let's say, who does not believe in premarital sex, what would have happened is, if you keep watching those kind of people, you start to think, okay, maybe this is not so bad. After all, it looks like it's working. Maybe I can try it too. And I didn't want to continue exposing my heart to this kind of content. So I started to look for Christian lifestyle creators. And yeah, I did find a few. But the thing about it, I'm sorry if this comes out wrong, is that they were boring. That's the first one. They were boring. They were not really relatable, and many of them were just religious, right? I really wanted to see people who were just living day-to-day lives that were honorable to God. And even worse, I couldn't find any African or Nigerian who was doing that. So that became my why. I wanted to create videos where people like me could have like a safe place, could come and watch things that are enjoyable, that are fun, and that are safe. These are not things that are going to lead them away from God, but are going to lead them closer to God. And that was the reason why I decided that I was going to create this channel. However, when I started, I went to pray about it to say, God, this is something I want to do. I'm not really sure how to go about it. This was in 2016. I spoke with one of my friends about it, and she was like, oh, this is a great idea. We should start a channel together. So we prayed about it. And as we were praying, we felt led to start a channel together. So we invited two of our other friends to join us, and we were 4 who started this YouTube channel. If you are an OG follower, you probably know the channel I'm talking about, right? I will have to say that the 3 girls I was doing this channel with didn't really have the same passion or fire that I felt about bringing this kind of content to life. And so I was literally the only one creating content for that channel. But I noticed that every time I was trying to create content, those contents will never go out. People will never see it. It was just very few people seeing that kind of content. So I prayed again, and I said, God, I believe you're the one who led me to start this channel, to show the world how beautiful you are, how enjoyable you are, how you are so full of good things. And I went to bed and I had a dream. Now, in that dream, I saw myself walking on a very popular road in Lagos, and I walked up to a point and I saw a billboard with my face on it and my name, Ezini Zara. Now, at this point, I had been doing YouTube for about 2 years on that other channel. And this was 2018 when I had this dream, and God spoke to me in the dream. He spoke over my head and He said, where you are currently putting out content, I cannot bless that channel, I cannot bless it to have influence, exposure, because you are not doing what I asked you to do. I didn't ask for only you to run that channel. I asked for 4 of you to do that channel together. But since you are the only one who is willing to do it, you have to step away and create something different, and I will give you a different set of instructions for that channel. So I deleted all the videos on that YouTube channel, guys. I had been putting out content for 2 years. I deleted everything. I created a new channel, which is this one that you're on. Hello. And I named the channel after myself, Izzy Zara. The other channel was not named after me. Then I started to put out content. So this was my why. So I officially started this YouTube channel in 2018. Though if you go to my about, you will see 2015 or so. That was when I created the Google account, but it was not when I started posting to this. The second thing you have to decide is, what is it that is going to make you stand out on this platform? There are billions, if not millions, of people putting out content every single day. So why will your content stand out of the hundreds and millions and billions of content that are on YouTube? Well, I decided that what was going to make me stand out was the way I was going to be doing the content I wanted to put out. I knew I wanted to create content that showed my faith, and I needed to find something that would make me stand out. Every time I looked for faith-filled videos, first of all, I couldn't see girls that look like me. I couldn't see people in my age range, and I'm like, where's the part that shows how to live everyday life beautifully in a way that glorifies God, in a way that I'm inspired to follow Him in the little things that I do day to day, where it doesn't have to be somebody who is singing gospel music or somebody who is creating a Christian movie. Not that these things are bad, but I just really wanted to see beautiful, easy, fun Christian lifestyle content, right? So I decided that I was going to do my videos differently, that I wasn't going to make them boring. I wasn't just going to sit down in front of a camera or in front of whatever device I'm using to film and just be black. I decided that I was going to make this something that even if somebody who is not a believer stumbles on my videos, they will have so much fun enjoying it, and it will be able to lift their spirits. So that was how I was able to define my niche. So you have to define what it is that you want to create and how you want to create that video. When I first started, because of the people that I was looking up to, I was kind of creating my videos like them. And then I realized that number one, it was frustrating because I was not being myself. And number two, because there are so many people already doing what this person is doing, you're not able to stand out. So I sat down one day and I asked myself, who am I? What am I really good at? And I realized that I'm good at telling stories. And then I made up my mind that this was how I was going to be doing my videos. I was going to do my videos in such a way that it is as if I'm telling you a story and taking you along with me on a journey. And if you've noticed my past 4 or 5 videos, that's like the main thing of that video. And if you notice, those are the videos I really started to do well when I decided to be myself and when I decided to create my own space on YouTube. I have to mention, of course, that you are going to face challenges as you want to begin this YouTube journey. One of the major challenges that I faced was getting gear to actually film. When I started YouTube in 2016, like I was telling you on the other channel I had with my 3 friends, it was so difficult. I was using an Infinix Hot Note at that point in time, I think so. And if you can remember what the quality of those videos were like, they were horrible. I'm going to try and see if I can find any footage from that time. If I have any video, I'm going to put it somewhere here so you can see. But the quality was so bad, and people don't want to watch videos with low quality. I don't care what you're talking about, whether you're talking about God or you're talking about photography or music. If your videos are not up to par, if they're not quality, if they're not engaging, if they're not fun, people are not going to stick around to hear what it is that you have to say. So that could have been a contributing factor to why I wasn't getting a lot of views. I also didn't know anything about how to create content. And let me just say this straight off the bat, you have to learn how to create content just like you learn any other thing. And that is the reason why it is so frustrating to me when brands reach out to me and they want free collaborations. It irritates me because it's like, I've put in so much work, I've put in years of work to kind of get to where I am, and you want to kind of leverage on that and just ride along. I know people say, oh, you have to start with free collaborations first and blah 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 blah, but I just feel like I would like to get something for all the effort that I put in. For one, the camera I'm using to film, it's not free. I paid money for it. You know, the Wi-Fi I'm going to use to upload this video is not free. The lights that I'm using to illuminate my face are not free. I paid money for it. Just everything it takes to do a YouTube video that it might look effortless and it's costing the person something. Apart from that, I've had to watch countless videos. I've had to learn so many things about lighting, photography, thumbnail creation. I've had to learn these things. I actually learned these things. So it would be nice to get reward for that thing. So the first thing is gear, right? Gear is such a big thing. Eventually I prayed and God was able to give me an iPhone 7 Plus, which I still use till today. I've mentioned in a previous video. I've had that phone for about 3 years now. So that was what I was using to film when I didn't have a camera. I bought a camera in, I think, May of this year, and that obviously helped the quality of my videos. I am using a Canon G7 Mark II, though I wish I bought the Canon M50 now that I'm thinking about it, but this was what I could afford at that time. I got it for about 275,000 naira because I bought it straight from Amazon and had it shipped to me. I didn't buy it from a local vendor. So it came with a tripod stand, it came with a camera bag, and a few other things that have just helped make my life so easy. Another challenge I faced is just the amount of time it would take for you to start seeing any real positive feedback on your content, right? I had been doing YouTube on my former channel for 2 years and then doing YouTube on this channel for another 2 years before it seemed like people started to notice what I was doing. It was so hard to keep going. I remember so many times I wanted to quit, I wanted to give up. I remember I told my sister, you know, I think I'm done with this YouTube thing. It's not for me. I suck at it. I'm not going to do it anymore. And she was just like, no, you have to keep going. And I also spoke to my husband about it. I was even crying. I was such a mess. I was like, God showed me a vision. I had a dream. He showed me. I was just a mess. And my husband was just like, keep going, isn't it? Don't give up. Even if it's one person who is watching your video, just keep going. Just keep creating the same quality. All of these amazing things. So I continued. And I think I did about 2 more videos after I had said I was going to give up, when one of my videos suddenly started to go viral. And you guys know the video I'm talking about. It's the video about how God told me about my husband. Now, let me just quickly say that video has gotten all sort of like comments. There are some people who have come on the video and they're like, you're a liar, this is not God, this is your fantasy. And it's a bit troubling to me that I'm just sharing the story of my life and you're calling me a liar. And for me, it just shows that there are so many people who are scared to believe that there is a God, because if there is a creator, then it means that we are creation and that we have to submit our lives to what he says is the way we should live. And so it is easier for a lot of people to deceive themselves into thinking that there is no God. And so I believe that my video must have made a lot of people afraid, because it wasn't just one thing, like, oh, maybe I had a dream about my husband and I knew he was the one. It was a series of events that led to that. And the crazy part is that there's actually so much more that actually confirmed that my husband is the one, that I didn't even share because I didn't want the video to be so long. Like, you guys, God is alive and God is real, and I'm sorry if that makes you afraid. It's not supposed to drive you to fear, to call me a liar, or to even insult me. By the way, I marked all those comments as spam, so it's not even going to show. But it is to encourage you to come to him and to be willing to submit your life to him, and to know that if you do that, he will take care of you. Anyway, moving on. Think big. I have to thank my beautiful friend Esther Odia for this. Like, I was also complaining to Esther and she was just encouraging me, and one thing she said that stayed with me was that when she's creating content, she doesn't create content like she's creating it for Nigerians or for Africans. Think big. You're creating content for the world. Somebody in the US has to be able to watch your content and be able to stay to the end because of the quality, because of the message. If we're going to take this message to the nations, you have to create like you're creating for people who are outside of this country. I saw a comment that made me so happy the other day. The person was like, oh my god, you live in Lagos, Nigeria. I did not know, because your quality is so great. And I was just like, because that is the goal for me. I'm not going to say, oh, because I want to talk about Christ, I'm going to be lazy in the things that I'm doing, and I'm just going to create nonsense and put it out there and then be praying, God, let it go viral. So you have to be ready to work really hard, and you have to be ready to invest in the thing that you want to do. I remember when I first decided I was going to start creating content consistently. This was in March. I posted a video that I thought was fire and bomb, like I did this video, and then somebody commented on my video and was like, oh, you should check out EM's editing class. I don't know if that person is still watching this video or the person can remember. I was a little salty, I was a little like, I should check out EM's editing class, as in that I cannot edit or what. But I decided that, you know what, maybe there's something to what this person is saying, and that just brings me to something that I want to say, right? I think we really need to be honest with ourselves, like brutally honest, especially if you're a content creator. You should ask yourself, if I was scrolling on YouTube, will I actually stop to watch my video? Just be honest, there's no need to lie. So you might see some people with some weak thumbnail, crappy video, pointless, not leading anywhere, but they're upset that they're getting 67 views in 1 year. And it's like, if you were scrolling on YouTube, would you actually stop to watch your video? Would you watch it to the end? And that is one way I'm able to keep getting better and better and better, because I keep watching other people's content and other people's channels. I'm like, oh my god, this is so fun. I need to find a way to also create things that people can stop to watch. So I went to check out EM's editing class, like the person suggested that I do. And when I watched it for the first time, I started hearing terms like B-rolls. I started hearing her talk about angles. I started hearing her talk about all sort of things, cinematic videos, like things I had never thought about before. So I went on to do further research on those things. There are so many videos on YouTube. I started to watch professional video editors, see what they're doing. My sisters are really good with video editing. I called them to come over to my house. I spoke with them about the kind of things that I wanted to do. Sometimes they help me with my filming, with the angles. If you've watched some of my videos, I became really intentional about the kind of content that I wanted to put out. So that was a challenge that I faced. I didn't know that I was creating content that nobody wanted to watch. I just felt like, I'm talking about God, like people should want to watch my videos, or I'm trying to show the beautiful side to following God. People should want to watch my videos, but it's like, no. By the way, I just want to thank everybody who has given to me. I started a fundraiser sort of on my community tab where I said I wanted to buy gear, and that is true. I am so grateful. So I am always looking for ways to get better and better and better, and one of the ways I decided to get better was to invest in an even better camera, because this camera I'm using is a vlogging camera. I don't think it's the type you're supposed to use to sit down to film things like this, so the quality is not as crisp as you see on other channels. And before, I was going to save up to buy all these things, the light box that I need, the Rode microphone, the new camera I wanted to get, but I was like, why don't I invite the people who are part of this community to support me to do this? And you guys have been amazing. So people have even been giving to me 500 naira, and that means so much to me, because it means that even though you might not have so much, you're willing to still invest and sow a seed and be part of the thing that I'm doing. So I just want to thank you guys so much. I've received some questions from people saying, oh, I'm in the US, how can I give, and all of those things. I'm going to try and link it down below, but just wanted you guys to know that I'm super grateful. Normally I save and I buy the things that I want to. I just pray and ask God to make a way, and I might get a job, or someone might give to me, or something will always happen, and I'll be able to get what I need. But thank you so much, guys. I am so grateful. And then the last thing that I'm going to say is that you need to improve your skills. Like, before I do any video, before I put out any video, I watch videos of other people, like that have done similar videos on the subject I want to talk about. I look at how they spoke about it. I look at what I want to remove, what I want to add, my own thing I want to bring into it, and I put everything together and create it. So what might look to you like, an effortless, easy video, takes a lot of practice and a lot of work. Sometimes I work on it for days before I actually sit down to start filming this video. So it takes a lot of work, guys. It takes a lot of work, but the work is so rewarding when it eventually starts to yield that thing that you're looking for. So for me, it's been such a joy to read from people everywhere in the world, from Cameroon, from South Africa, from Nigeria, from just everywhere. I'm just so happy, so happy that God has been able to use me in this way to bless you guys. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't just me rambling. This was not the idea I had for this video. I did not want to sit down and film this because I felt like it'd be boring because I'm stationary, and I really had this great idea, but I wasn't able to do it. But I hope you guys were able to stay to the end and watch it. If you stay to the end, comment below. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you in my next video. Mwah.